so beautiful without you.
Oh, this is Todd Anderson.
Now my skin glows and it shines like glue. I'm pretty without you. Pretty without you. Pretty without you. Pretty without you. I get my beauty sleep without you. No more nicotine turning my hands blue. I'm pretty without you. Pretty without you. Pretty without you. Feeling lonely was hard, but it was all for the better. Taking care of myself, haven't done that in forever. No mascara under my eyes since you left with your lies. No makeup on my sleeve, now I can't keep it together. I'm so beautiful without you. Now my nails can grow and I bought new shoes. I'm pretty without you. Pretty without you. Pretty without you. Pretty without you. Feeling lonely was hard, but it was all for the better. Taking care of myself, haven't done that in forever. No mascara under my eyes since you left with your lies. No makeup on my sleeve, now I can't keep it together. I loved and I lost what's left of my heart. I'm saving for the future. And in the meantime, I'm all for me time. Feeling good and looking cuter. I'm so beautiful without you. Now my skin glows and it shines like glue. I'm pretty without you. Pretty without you. Pretty without you. Pretty without you.
Hello, hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you don't know me, my name is GIBBY INIGO, and happy Valentine's Day. Today is February 14th, 2024. This is the second time I am spending Valentine's Day with my beautiful, lovely girlfriend. Currently, she's at work. I have the day off, so that means that I got to get stuff together so I can surprise her with a little something. We didn't go too crazy this year because we do have other obligations, but that doesn't mean that we are not still going to celebrate with one another because we love each other and little things matter too. As you can tell, I just woke up, my hair looks crazy, and from the previous video that you saw me in, or I mean in this video, but I mean technically also the other video that you saw me in, my hair is completely different. I have been going through changes. I've just been trying to feel good about myself. Like, I do feel beautiful and handsome than I have previously in the other days, but it's been a little bit hard getting there. I definitely gave myself like a makeover. Like, I already did my hair, that was like a part of the makeover a while back, but I ended up cutting it. I have been trying to grow out my hair because I just really want long, volume. Oh my god, volume, volume. I just want a poofy set of hair. Like, I just want long, beautiful hair. But that's also really hard because whenever you're in the growing stages of growing out your hair, it looks awkward, and I felt like that's where I was at. I just didn't like it. It didn't suit me. So I would trim it, and I was like, okay, it looks good. And then I still wasn't feeling better, and then I would trim it more. So now we're at this point where I kind of just basically gave myself a jellyfish haircut type thing. So this and this are just like long pieces of my hair, and it's just disconnected because in the back and everywhere else it's short. I like it though. I think it looks really cute. At first I was like, I don't know how to feel about it, but I took a shower and then I kind of sat with it, and I think I really like it because it's still giving like mullet esque look to it, and I like that. I also still am unsure if I'm going to trim it anymore. Not because I don't like it, but I also kind of like the Ramona like vibe hairstyle. So I want to like incorporate that maybe eventually, but maybe not now. But anyways, happy Valentine's Day, guys. I hope that you are having a lovely month this month because, well, honestly, I don't know. Like, I don't know if you're going through a hard time right now. I don't know if you're spending with your loved ones. I don't know if you're spending it alone. But if you are doing any of those things, especially if you are alone, please do not feel sad. I mean, don't allow me to tell you how to feel. But what I mean by that is, although you feel alone right now, and although you do feel sad, it's not always a bad thing. Yes, you are missing out on FOMOs when you see other people going out, but who is to say that you are not allowed to take yourself out on Valentine's Day? Who says that you are not allowed to order yourself a bouquet of flowers or plants or snacks, whatever you want to do? Why do you have to spend it on another person? Maybe, yes, maybe you do love spending it with other people. Maybe you're the type of person who's a gift giver, words of affirmation type of thing, but I feel like people forget it's so important that you need to do that for yourself first. Because, in my opinion, to love someone unconditionally and to be the best around them, don't you need that in yourself first? Don't you need to love yourself and give yourself that unconditioning love, that just putting back the focus on you first? Because sometimes people overgive. Sometimes we lose ourselves in other people, and it's important to remember you have to do this for yourself first in order to be there for somebody else. I know it might not relate to all people, and that's perfectly okay. You know, this is not for everybody. This is just for certain people who may have that mindset or who feel like that, because I was like that. I was the type of person who would just give myself all to somebody, and I would love them so unconditionally to the point where it was mentally hurting me. Like, I was just a wreck. But to be fair, I was a wreck to begin with. I did not have the best start of life, and it took me maybe about 23 ish, 22 ish years to really understand and see the type of person I want to show up as, because I love myself now. And there's days where it's so hard to love myself, but I honestly can say that I love myself so much that I know that I am worthy of love. I know that I am worthy of kindness. I know that I am worthy of so much more in relationships, friendships, and just in general. And it's really important for me to remind others and advise them to do the same thing. And I know it's so much easier to say it than to actually do it, but let this just be a reminder. Let this be something at least to show you that you are worthy. You do deserve love. You do deserve so many things. And even if you were quote unquote a bad person back then, or maybe you're toxic, who's to say that you can't change? Do not allow people, especially people who were not the best to you as well, to tell you who you are and who you aren't. Okay, you're a bad person, you're a toxic person, change. I know, that's probably like easier said than done. I know. But the thing is, you can change. It's never too late. You can be like early stages in your teenage years, in your mids of 20s and your late 40s, or even in your late like 70s. You are allowed to change to become the best version of yourself. And it's going to be hard to forgive yourself for the things that you have done, but that's okay. That's life. Life is meant to remind you that there is forgiveness, there is kindness, there is love, and sometimes it's not always going to be like that, but that's just a part of the human life experience. And it's beautifully painful. And I believe in you. I honestly believe in you because I'm proof right here standing that life sucks and it gets really hard, and sometimes it gets so hard that you feel like giving up. But then you take a moment and you ground yourself and you remind yourself that this feeling, although I'm feeling this, is temporary, because feelings are temporary and they're flowing constantly. And I'm going to grow and I'm going to learn how to not, well, yes, to control it, because you're the only other person who can control your feelings. You can't control others, but also how to manage those emotions. It allows you to not continue a cycle you continue to be in, and you finally get to break out of that cycle and create this whole other new version of yourself. And maybe a few months from now, a few years, weeks, months, whatever it is, you're gonna look back and be so proud of yourself and be like, hey, yes, I was not the best person back then, but I'm this completely different person now, and I'm happy with that. And I don't need to prove myself to anybody else. I don't need to show you that I am worthy of love, because I know what I'm worth, and I've forgiven myself for the things that I've done. And you obviously are allowed to either forgive others or not. That's up to you, and vice versa. Like, people don't need to forgive you. You're not always gonna get closure, and I know that sucks, but that's just that. Like, some people are not just gonna give you the closure that you need. Sometimes you just need to give it to yourself, and that's okay. And it's really hard because you feel like you deserve it, and you more than likely do. Maybe that other person isn't ready to grow. Maybe the other person hasn't really forgiven themselves or forgiven you, and there's just a lot of other factors. So don't take it personally. Just give yourself your closure that you need to move on, and just continue growing. Just continue loving yourself. Just do the best that you can in this situation. I know y'all probably weren't expecting that, especially because this video is about romanticizing your life, but I think it's super important to remind others that a part of it is also growing and healing, understanding how to live alone. Because I feel like an underrated version of romanticizing your life is being on your own. Because sometimes you're not always going to have another person in your life, and sometimes it's just going to be you. And it is a little bit harder, but it's also a little bit easier because you don't have to worry too much about another person, and not in a bad way, but more to where you can focus on yourself and your priorities, because maybe we don't know how to balance yet, and maybe we give it too much to our partner, we give it too much to our friends, but you also have to give it to yourself first. And so a reminder of romanticizing your life on Valentine's Day is love yourself. Give yourself a nice shower, a nice cup of coffee, take yourself out to the movies, write in your journal, do shadow work, grow. Something like that. You know what I mean? But that is just me. You do not have to agree with me. We all have different opinions, and I totally respect that. But that's just how I grew up. That's my point of view. That's the things that I've learned. To each their own person. I respect it. But if any of that aligns with you, if you feel like, hey, what you said makes sense, maybe we should continue to grow on this journey together and see where it takes us. Because I know it's hard, and it's really nice to have somebody there with you, and I would love to be that person with you. Again, happy Valentine's Day, guys. I know it might have been a rough year last year, but guess what? This year, it may be our year. I feel like it might be. You should too. I love you very much, and I appreciate all of your support, and thank you so much for watching these videos, because it really means a lot to me, because I put in a lot of work, not for y'all to watch them, but because it makes me happy. And that's my motto right now, just pursuing my dreams and my passions, and that's keeping me afloat. So, until then, I will see y'all next time.
Ay, amor, no te preocupes, que yo siempre de quererte, de amarte y admirarte,